writing and activism in Phule Ambedkarite movement. He has written a book entitled History of Dalit Literature. In addition to this, he has written an epic entitled Ba Tathagata, which is based on philosophy of Lord Buddha. Moreover, recently he has written another book, Pradna Spandache Saundarya Shastra. So without further ado, let me call upon Dr. M.S Pagare. Dr. M.S Pagare, if you can unmute yourself.
Good morning to all you guys, and good evening to Indian intellectuals. Because here in India, this is evening, and in America, there is morning. And Jai Bhim Namo Buddhaya. Ba Tathagata. This is the book which I always say about this. It is the human lab, a good human being lab. It is an epic. Ba Tathagata covers a wide canvas of Tathagata, his life and teachings, and the ultimate path for humanity. It is a poetic expression in the form of an epic. First of all, I am very thankful for giving this great privilege for me for delivering the lecture on Ba Tathagata. Ba Tathagata, this book published firstly in Marathi, two edition popular in Marathi, then Hindi edition published in India, and later on this English edition is published now. Now I am introducing this edition to all over the globe. For this English edition, the translator is Dr. C.U. Kulkarni. For the Hindi edition, the translator was Professor Dr. V.N. Bhalerao. He is retired professor and head department of Hindi in Pune University. And in a dialect, in a regional language dialect, Airani, there is a translator, V.N. Andhale. He has translated this book in Airani dialect also. Hence, it is very popular in India, in Marathi and Hindi also. And now it is launched to all over the globe. For this book, I want to give some few information, and then after that information, I would like to read some stanzas of three inventions because it consists with three inventions. Though the present work appears to be divided into three inventions, its significance doesn't depend on its outward apparent form or its technical aspects. Its significance is in its content. Its aim is to visualize the readers the inner potential of work through the medium of the three inventions. With this, its aim is to pursue the readers to turn inward, get inspiration, and meditate over what Tathagata said, experienced and experimented, his values, teaching, and hard efforts for the sake of humanity. This epic form, consisting of three inventions, is concerned with man, humanity, rights, culture, and the allied issues. Human being doesn't mean just an apparent body or an outer shape. I would like to, this is time being, situation. Hence, I would like to read some stanzas. That is, it is ultimate itself, the speech and the information about the book. And if you observe it, the coffee, then what is the popular? Why it is popular in Marathi? Because the flow of the words, the stanzas are very easily comprehend with the doctrine of Lord Buddha, and it is the combination of humanism with this doctrine of Lord Buddha. This first invention. There is the representative man. Representative man arises many questions and his puzzle, which belongs to various religions, sects like this, and he should have enlightened the eternal light, but the desires emerging again and again his mind, his or her mind. It is the representative of the universe. In the first invention, I would like to read some stanzas. I did not made I did not make some slides or sketches for this presentation. Hence, I think my voice is clear or audible for you all, guys. Oh man, you are different from millions of creators, all the beasts and beings in the world. By whose blessing? No one. Whose favors? No one. All disaster, you face death and diseases. Whose curse are these? No one. Of the whole universe, there is a natural rule of unification, mixing evolutionary journey of creation. Oh man, your rationalism is handicapped. Though you possess power, you have become a slave, shocked of calamities, afraid of struggles, and frightened of death. You pursue your strength, your brain, your rationality are inadequate to fight with the hazards, to confront with death, with pains. You groaned, you realized your existence is powerless. So you sought the support of imaginative power and escaped. And kept up, escaping on and on from disaster struggles, accompanying fear, anger, envy, and dancing with greed and attraction. As nothing happens of your choice, awakening anger, as someone is getting in the way of your pleasures, like a coward fondling goals. Your intellect didn't realize distinctly the deep rooted follies within you. Though rationalist you are, couldn't you drive them away? You did not operate the underlying diseases, and they followed you strictly, continually for the whole life. You recurrently hugged illusions for the purgation of the sickness. Someone of your commune declare with authority, I know and I can tell out of this egotism come out flows of human thoughts in the form of varied structures, ideas, concepts, and these rose varied monasteries, pithas, heads of monasteries, pithas, couldn't reach up to the truth in nature or the evolved elements within them. This is a fact of the universal man, which is related to sects, religions, and like this. In the first innovation, This dialogue comes on, carried on with this man who is represented there, oh man, as we are caught by religions for commune to commune. So you were caught by sects, you boasted of your sect and continually announced, I am great, I am great, I am the great. Out of egoistic self prominence and pacify relative sects, some self proclaimed scholars come into being. They gave birth to the philosophy that discriminates man from man. They repeatedly did so. This is the discrimination. He walks towards the discrimination. And with the fear. Why this is fear? We heard about this fear from Banteji, the Desana from Banteji. Oh man, adhering to rational faculties following the path progress, you didn't figure out the basic conscious knowledge. So your statistic of discrimination increased with multiplication. And there spread epidemic everywhere like that. The disease of discrimination spread everywhere among the men. This Brahman, that Kshatriya, this Vaishya, that untouchable, such differentiate you. Journey of pride spread abundantly. This white, that black, this tall, that short, this short nosed, that flat nosed, this one of these regions, that one of those regions, this one of this religion, that one of that religion, this one is of this sect, and that one of that sect. This belongs to this gender, that belongs to that gender, male, female. How many differences? Difference? How many? Differences based on distinctions. Distinctions within dictions, sub distinctions, a blurring of distinctions, and oh man, you continue to live these lives like this. This is the discrimination, and the whole universe walks through this situation. In the whole universe appears dark ray of eternal light. If to move forward with the support of its finger, there remains the feeling of tumbling in the darkness, and it is then precisely the role and desire to be able to touch the light that arises out of curiosity and rationality. Hence, it is essential the rationality, and apart from that, to go towards the judicious outlook. Many men remain confused in the dark cave of illusion. With the delusion of light, sickness of situation shows they cannot come out, remain trapped in the dark cave of rituals and blind beliefs. At the end of first invention, innumerable herd of man rot, innumerable generation crush due to ignorance, proved inach, due to lack of knowledge. Therefore, the creation of humanity doesn't take place. Out of enlightened samskar may rise the culture, it would not be infected with inequality and discriminations. Specimen of man would emerge out of periphery of culture in a way that it would be the shining sun of rights. And with the touch of conduct, the ritual light should be transmitted to countless generations of men. On the surface of the planet, light clusters be tossed everywhere. Adultery, immorality, misdeeds, evil, sin, stigma would perish in the lightful consciousness of rights. We want to find such a light. We want to shake such a light. We want to see such a light. We want to experience such a light. Live inside that light. Let new smoke break out again of speed and progress. Come on, let us seek out such a light. Where we get this light? The enlightened Buddha gave us. And very very scientific view, uh, in realistic situation, he gave this light to us for the well-being of the human being, for well-being of the society, and for wholesome deeds, inspiration for the wholesome deeds. It is very essential to being a human being, well-being for a human being. The second invention is the doctrine of Lord Buddha with the combination of humanism. Some stanzas are there. I would like to read some stanzas. And then in the third invention, the poet's research is there. And he justified man and that doctrine. And what has to do? Uh, he's, he want to give the message. I want to give the message. It's Ba Tathagata, you erupted millions of bright suns from your energetic consciousness, checked the womb of the nature. You got wisdom with atoms and molecules, found the science of the universe by accommodating the eternal truth into the rationality. You became Buddha and Samyak Sambuddha. Buddha, I touched your feet. Buddha, I touched your consciousness of Buddha with the pursuits of knowledge, and in your philosophical thought, I found the meaning of being a human. Lord Buddha gives the whole society, the whole world, the 31 planes, the Four Noble Truths, the Paticca Samutpad theory, that is causality, causal sense, and the Eightfold Path. It is very realistic. It is ultimate truth. Nobody can search this truth. Only the Buddha and Samyak Sambuddha gives it for well-being of the society and all this world. There is suffering. There is suffering. There is reason of suffering. Consists the fact that is prevented. There is a way to prevent suffering. That is Eightfold Path. Only some essential stanzas I want to read. Ba Tathagata. In order to avoid violence due to water distribution, your eyes watered with compassion. You said war isn't fair between Shakya, Kolya for the sharing of water. Many critic gives that reasons that he saw a ill man and others also, the dead body, and hence he want to search the enlightened knowledge. But there is one reason in Buddha and his Dhamma, and it is very realistic. Ba Tathagata, your journey is solicited for the movement of humanity, rejecting all material pleasures, experiencing dispassion, experiencing bliss, content in it, balancing pains and pleasures. with equal measure, seeking eternal feeling. This is the meditation, means vipassana. Your beats beyond universe. You are the traveler of the earth and of the space. You are the company for the countless stars. Your friendship for the stars and planets. The whole universe is in your breathing. With every mindful breathing, the outside world crept in and collided with every cell. Your spirited selves, companions of the universe, the sense of impermanence. This is the ultimate invention of Tathagat Buddha, that impermanence. There is no cell, there is no creator, no Paramatma, no Parmeshwar. And this is ultimate truth invented by Tathagata, and it is uh, very valuable doctrine given by Tathagata to the whole world, because there is you can heard that word mithya drushti, wrong views. There is in eightfold path, there is a writer's views very essential, and it depends on judicious outlook. Judicious outlook is the concept uh, beyond the rationalism. Beyond the rationalism, it is there is the Pali word yoniso manasikar. Yoniso manasikar. There is the word, and it is very important because Tathagata means who walks toward the truth, which as it is. And it is very important thing that Lord Buddha, Tathagat Buddha, says that there is no creator. There is the causality theory, casual sense is there. Paticca Samutpada Siddhant theory. That is the theory. It is ultimate truth given by Lord Buddha. Your spirited selves, companions of the universe, the sense of impermanence in it, anitya. Impermanence means anitya. Nothing is permanence. This is also the universal truth given by Lord Buddha. The contemplation of mind in it, it's Vedananupashana. It means samvedana. It means sensation. It's Vedananupashana. It's Kayanupashana. It's Dhammanupashana. Search, search, search. Search for the whole universe. Search for mind particles. Now we see there the Higgs boson particles. But before this, 2500 years ago, Buddha said there is a kalaf. There is, it can't be participate. And that consists with earth, water, fire, and air. And it's reflected with the sensation, with the consciousness, with the obsession, and vijnana, like this consciousness. This is called as Panchaskanda in Pali. Panchaskand. Hence, there is no creator. There is no soul. It is the fact. It is the ultimate truth that Lord Buddha given to whole world. And along with 31 planes. What is 31 planes concept? It is different to accept and it is different thing for separate speech. 31 planes. Bhatathagata, you checked spirituality science, and for cultural development through conscience, you prepared a strong pool of rights with the help of your five percept, that is Panchashila. The kids are memorizing and given answer to the that man. it is a very good thing for inspiration of the wholesome, for the inspiration of the wholesome deeds. Imparted lessons of morality and with the help of your eight percepts, that is Ashtashila. Ashtashila is very important thing. That is also very important thing. Made moral invention more minute. Ba Tathagata, your Dhamma teaches morality to man and yields the crop of wisdom, modesty, compassion. Through them, your face reality, seek existence, accentuate, accentuate positivity in science, truth, and seek just truth. All living creatures come into existence with four components: earth, water, fire, and air. Existence of living things is realized in this scientific truth due to the spirit, and of spirit due to energy, like this. And there are many skandhas and other things also. How to face the fight and fight the suffering? You said suffering is true, and every living being will have to face it. Suffering truth, suffering prevention is truth. Suffering prevention path truth. You have shown the way to it. That is eightfold path. Suffering is just negative, and Buddha states only suffering. Some critic criticized on Buddha, but he shows the path, eightfold path, which leads, which inspirate, which give the inspiration for walking with the wholesome deed, with the help of wisdom towards the Nibbana. And Nibbana is the ultimate happiness, forever happiness, the satisfaction happiness. Some special stanzas I want to read. In fact, there are many critics also in Ambedkarite thinkers also. They deny the Vipassana and they don't want to do the Vipassana meditation also. Actually, what is Vipassana is? And they blame that Tathagat, Lord Buddha, didn't say that do this Vipassana, like this comments of that critic, but it is not a, I think, a proper critique of Ambedkarite thinkers. In fact, Vipassana means the concentration. It is not just a hell and inhale out, the breath, how it comes into the nose and goes outside. Not only the observation of that breathing, it is the concentration process, and it is the ultimate goal of samadhi. Samadhi means the higher concentration. When Baba Sahib had done 18 hours study, 21 hours study, that is also the Vipassana, and that concentration, we can say that is also the Vipassana. In fact, Vipassana means concentration. Concentration for knowledge. Through full concentration, knowledge is figured out. And thoughts take breath. Thoughts take birth. Such creativity means Vipassana. Vipassana is not an end. It's a mean, it's a way, and it is forgotten through. Vipassana Samyak Samadhi is attained without rituals. It contains consciences, analyze, and wisdom, modesty, compassion. And compassion is very important. Baba Sahib studies were for 18 hours out of 24 hours of a day, or for 21 hours. This concentrated pursuit of knowledge is also kind of Vipassana. Out of it flourished Samyak Samadhi. Baba Sahib wept tears of the afflicted and the unprivileged and continued to expand his active compassion. There is a huge stanzas are on the Vipassana. I want to read some important stanzas only regarding the doctrine of Lord Buddha. But Tathagata, your Pratitya Samutpada theory of causality means the cycle of continuous operation of this entire universe. You indicated the cycle of operation of the whole universe. And clearly it was emphasized your search of the whole universe of its operational cycle means guidance for the journey from ignorance to enlightenment. Avijja pachayo sankhara. It is the main suffering of the whole universe. And what is suffering? One who can investigate it, then he has to look towards the Eightfold Path, the right view. He should be neglect the wrong view, the right speech, the right livelihood, like this. Pratitya means the dependent arising, means being dependent. Emergence of out of something, and samutpada means the basic support, which means birth. This is also a huge stanzas are there for clarification of the Patitya Samutpada causality. Ba Tathagata, you attacked hypocrisy and you rejected those religious traditions in which you didn't find truth. You rejected the authority of Vedas, believe in them, because value development of human rights isn't possible through them. You opposed to the liberation of the soul because this concept is very blind. It's flimsy. So you decided to reject the idea that man or the soul obtains salvation. You perceived crazy propagation in the name of religion. So you declared salvation, liberation, means of salvation, religious rituals, yajna, celebration, and all as unscientific. And many more there are, but some important stanza I want to go further. Man ought to love man. This is the doctrine of Lord Tathagata. It takes place naturally due to morality and through the path of compassion as mentioned by Dhamma. In Dhamma, purity of morality is observed, then purity gets the foundation of poisonous. You said, by Tathagata, you said, love everyone, by which nobody will have a desire to kill anyone. Your non-violence is of mediator kind, precise, revealing lifestyle and binding it with laws. So wisdom is displayed patiently. Now, at the end of this second invention, I am going now because third invention will be open for at that night many stanzas are there for the doctrine, for explaining the doctrine of Lord Buddha and combination of the humanism. Hence, I would like to say that this is the human being lab of this doctrine by Tathagata. forever the universe and globe. At the night, it is the last stanza of this second invention. At the night of Vaishakh Purnima, sleeping under the shala tree, and people crowded to greet you lastly. Ba Tathagata. Families, throngs, groups reached for your last sight of greetings in the crowd. There was a Parivrajaka, his name was Subhadra. He asked Anand, I want to see Tathagata with Daulat. Actually, that is the moment of Mahaparinibbana of Samyak Sambuddha. His words made shocked Anand and said to Subhadra, do not disturb the Tathagata. He is tired. But again and again, with determination, Subhadra said, I want to have darshan of Tathagata with Daulat. But Tathagata, you listened to the request of Subhadra and asked Anand not to resist and let Subhadra meet. At the moment, you had started journey towards Mahaparinirvana. Had started. His all doubts were unleashed. Then he said, Arya Ashtangic path, that is eightfold path. That makes man a human being. Bears virtuous thoughts, devoted for public welfare, and called writers in is auspicious. So follow it. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Your entrance in Mahaparinirvana and from all 10 directions sound echoed. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. And this last invention, it is very short. 2-3 stanzas I would like to read only. There are more stanzas, important stanzas. It is the search, my critique also there. I think man should live such a life that no one should say it was a wasteful life. All men aren't alike or rich with virtuosity. Every individual is unique and unequal. There is a difference from man to man, but it doesn't mean that man and quadrilateral beings are the same. Man has made even the big quadrilaterals his slaves with the help of the skills. Surely, intellectual capacity of man is different from others. Man can rule over and perform his duty. Man bears characteristic features of love, fraternity, compassion, invention, and research. Hence, he wouldn't be a slave to others, to any religion, any sect. He wouldn't be a slave to gender-based egoistic bias, to any regional supremacy. Man would never be a slave because he bears self-wisdom. He wouldn't impose slavery over others and never be a slave of anyone. A slave of any thoughts can never be a man. He performs slavery like a vortex in a flux flow. I feel there are two things of prime importance in human life. Human existence would be noted by performance and duty. Man is different, capable, wise. His existence would be noted while he has performed or he's an achiever. He's dutiful. Otherwise, his existence wouldn't be apparent. I goes further for reading the special stanza. What I say? What I say? What's the average age of man? How many really worthy years in our life? How many really worthy years in our life? If maximum average life is counted, it will be on an average of healthy 70 years. Men live with the support of medicines and tablets, spend days in ICU up to 75, 80, 85, or 90 years. One may complete the century also, remaining not out. But the government has counted 60 years of living with one's own courage, one's active limbs, living in the striving to live. Then a proverb is in use. 60 means wisdom gone. Gradually, organs move slowly. Memorize, Memories are lost. Anxiety troubles, brain stressed, eyes sprayed unnecessarily. Wrinkles of the cheeks spread on the forehead, throat from the back, on the arms, legs, neck, everywhere. Skin is loosened. Mind and body feel tired, feeling of the being scrap develops. Okay. What I say? Next stanza I would like to read. What I say? How long does a man live? Like, truly endorsed as 60. But let's assume 70. Out of these 70 years, half of the life is spent in the sleep of night. There remain only 35. Many people sleep during the daytime also. So there remain only 17 years and 6 months. Out of them, many spend time in teasing and churning and crunching. If those years are subtract, if those years are subtracted, truly there are only 8 or 9 years. How does everyone utilize these years? His work performance, his responsibilities. How does everyone fulfill? The whole life is of 8 or 9 years. While reviewing, as how does one live, man will have to acquire the dominating formula of living. In this short span of life, plasters of slavery, bondage of thoughts, bowing down, deception, conspiration, conspiratorial egotism, life. And I want to read the last stanza of this invention. It is very important. The core of every element produced and used in the world ought to be pure. For its durability and productivity, it's needed and it's the rule of nature. In the same way, for man, cleansing of mind, unknotting knots of wrath and envy is necessary for purity of mind, that mind would recognize own self. And from the spirit of altruism and sacrifice be made responsibly, accomplished environment and consciousness of such a mind made of man more and more happy, precious. Ba Tathagata. This is the great for the Tathagata, ba Tathagata. You are the shining truth with the glorious field or flowing and enlightened passenger of wisdom. You drank the ocean of knowledge up to brim. Melodic music of the great blessing of humanity was born in every particle of the universe and in the hearts of humanity. Your call of supreme love, of compassion, occupying living world. So you are Mahakarunika, Tathagata, Samyak Sambuddha. The pure stream of your compassion flows through every mind and touches every particle. You poured your teaching in the rhythm of breathing, clean, pure, clear, simple, transparent, touching the truth of rhythm and merging of the cells, while you revealed with conscious rationality the visible chain that records the existence of power and consciousness. Science was greeted, along with sharp, minute height of spirituality. You observed, tested the truth with the help of illuminating wise eternal eyes, and the whole creation along with the space galaxy greeted you in loud serious voice. That sound is echoing for 2,500 years on this earth, calling everyone, inviting on behalf of the shining sun, says, announces, At-Tadipa Bhava, the self-shining, be free from miseries. Thank you. Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam.
Thank you, Dr. M.S. Pagare. Thank you for your insightful talk. It was a very nice demonstration from beginning of the life Buddha and till the end. I'm gonna open up for any questions. If anybody has any question, please raise your hand. Um, and you can also type your question in the chat. But if anybody wants to ask question, we will unmute you.
Yeah, now they can unmute themselves also if they want to ask any questions. So they can do that.
Please raise your hand and we will let you ask your question. So before anybody ask a question, I'm going to go first. So Dr. Pagare, I want to understand what is your interpretation of incarnation, means the birth and rebirth in.
Yeah. That is very clear. The causal sense theory uh, given by the Lord Buddha. That birth is not only rebirth means not only the related it not related to soul or the creator, that is Paramatma or Parameshwar. It is one skanda, one factor, one what we can say there, one skanda is there that is consist with uh, earth, water, fire, and air, and it reflects through the sensation and the consciousness. Then the consciousness is the chitta. Actually, Lord Buddha invented these all things. 89 chittas are there, mind. The types of 89 are there. And one who attained the Nibbana, first step also, he goes towards the 125 chittas. And there is the chain with this chitta. 52 chetasikas are there. And with the chain of this chitta and chetasikas, there is rebirth, we can't say, but it is a bhav. It is bhav, and it is very scientifically, Lord Buddha says about this. But it is not the transformation of the soul. It is with the wholesome deeds or unwholesome deeds. That is the reflection. And it is, I think, vast subject for uh, for delivering the lecture. Hence, hence, I would like to say this. There is Panchaskanda, that is the sensation. Then the with the chitta and chetasika means the consciousness, like this. Then the touch, like this. Then with this Panchaskanda, the 5%, five skandhas are there, and on the basis of scientific view, it happens the bhava, and it is in causality theory, but there is no Atma, Paramatma, soul, or the Parmeshwar also there. And we see in very religions there are many gods, and that's everybody says that the gods are the creator. It is a wrong view, very, and that should be the rightest view, as per the knowledge of eightfold path. It is essential. Otherwise, it is very harmful to go towards the wisdom, with the help of wisdom, towards the nibbana. I would like to say like this.
Thank you. Thank you very much. There is a question in the chat. It says if you have um, any PDF, or how do we get hold of your book? Is there any
It
PDF?
is very short notice. On very short notice, I prepare it. Hence, there are no slides and the sketches for presenting my lecture. But in future, I will do separately and perfectly.
No, no
It is the
problem.
first time. Mm.
No, the team is asking, the participants are asking if there is any way if we can get a link to the PDF, or get hold of your book.
Yeah. Next time I will do
Okay,
my
no problem.
lecture with this.
सर ते विचारते की आपल्याकडे पुस्तक कसं उपलब्ध करून देता येईल? काही पीडीएफ आहे का? किंवा तुम्ही त्यांना
Yes, there is PDF also, and here I will show this Amazon, on Amazon and Flipkart also. It is available on Flipkart and on Amazon also. This
Okay,
is,
all right.
yeah.
Anybody has any questions?
I have one question.
Mm.
So it's a wonderful session, and it's kind of a Mahakavya. We didn't get it in Buddhism in poetic way. I read a lot of poetic books, but this is another attempt to write the poems on Buddha's journey or Buddha's philosophy, we can say. So I want to ask, like, what was your intention behind writing this book?
The inspiration for the wholesome deed and the purification of the mind, and attain with the help of the wisdom, attain the nibbana with the help of wisdom. And what is the actual wisdom? Everybody has to know about it. Otherwise, the wrong view there is, that is very harmful to every human being. And every human being will should be walk on that way, if he want to be a man, if he want to be a well human being, well part of the well society, like this. It is inspiration, very in very easy words I write this. Easy and slowly words I write, I wrote this, an epic. Hence, it is, I think it is inspired to many peoples. In Marathi edition, many people, it is very popular, and many readers uh, expressed their thanks and their valuable thoughts about these books. 21 thinkers had been written criticism on this book, and Dr. Ramesh Mane edited that book also on this book. Hence, it is very popular in Marathi. Then later on, we published in Hindi, and now it is in English.
All right. Anybody has any question, they can raise their hands. Let me see if there is any questions in the chat. We have a question which says difference between reincarnation versus rebirth. I think that you already took that question. Anybody have any more question?
Manish, quick question here. Recently, there is a book published called Ba Bhima. I think someone published that book, and it's more like I think Amar Chitrakala kind of pictorial presentation of that book. So this Ba Tathagata is a kind of Kavya poetic kind of book, or is it more like pictorial? What
It
is
is it is like an epic.
I see.
Yeah.
सर इसका लिंक नहीं है क्या कहीं आपने अमेजन का
लिंक यानी
लिंक
कि ये किताब आपको मिल सकती है, फ्लिपकार्ट और अमेजोन पर मिल सकती
नहीं
है।
आप लिंक
उसको
डाल सकते हो क्या हम लोग भी आपकी किताब हमारा जो
बिल्कुल
ग्रुप है
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल मैं सेंड करता हूँ।
क्या विकास जी को बोल के
हाँ,
क्योंकि देन वी
बिल्कुल
कैन
मैं विकास जी
प्रोपोगेट
को,
योर बुक इन द
हाँ
अदर
विकास
पार्ट्स ऑफ द
विकास जी
कंट्री
है, उन्होंने ये संधि जो है उपलब्ध करवा दिया है। डॉक्टर पायस, कमलाकर पायस, वामन गवई, ये जो इंटेलेक्चुअल लोग जो है,
करेक्ट करेक्ट
उनके थ्रू I get this privilege to deliver the lecture on this Tathagata.
No, our goal is to propagate our Dhamma, right,
Yeah,
sir? So
yeah,
I think this book you wrote, it's need to spread among our
yeah,
community members. It's not
yeah,
to the certain community also, but it also has to go to the other community of the member.
yeah,
Because
other community
हमारा
also
ये
here.
उद्देश्य नहीं है कि हमारे ही लोग बुद्ध धम्म लें
या
बाकी
यहाँ पर ये सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स को लगी है ये किताब जो है, और यहाँ पर वो पीजी का कोर्स जो है अमलनेर में, वहाँ पर भी ये एमए को जो है वो स्टडी करने को लिए ये किताब जो है वो टेक्स्ट लगी हुई है।
Oh, that's good, sir. So because if you don't mind to put the link on the chat, that will be great. So
Yeah,
that
yeah, sure. I will give the
thank you,
link.
sir.
Oh.
Okay, so if there are no more
Oh, there is
questions,
a question,
okay.
Manish, in the chat box. Someone posted there, if you don't mind.
Okay, let me. I don't see the question.
I posted a Flipkart link. I think I cannot post it on to everyone. So I think I just send it to you.
I don't see
I
any
will send it.
question.
Looks like he posted only to me. I think Sunil, can you unmute yourself and ask that question? That will be great. It is better to ask from your side than read the question. Sunil, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, I will ask you to unmute. Go ahead. Looks like Sunil is not able to unmute, but I can read the question he's asking. It is always that Ambedkar opposed the Vipassana, which is incorrect. When in reality, a large number of Ambedkar also practice Vipassana. The fact disapprove, wrong assumption. So, इसके ऊपर शायद वो बोल रहे कि please highlight little bit, sir, about your.
Yeah, sorry, I was having some technical challenges.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I was mentioning first of all, thank you, Dr. Pagare, sir, for wonderful session. It was really enlightening one. My question is why is it always mentioned that few, I mean, everywhere in the sessions, few Ambedkarites,
Yeah,
they oppose the Vipassana,
yeah,
right? Whereas
yeah,
if you see the numbers, the highest number of the Ambedkarites, because highest number of the Ambedkarites, especially from Maharashtra, they go for the Vipassana, right? If they are the one who are going for the Vipassana and very few are opposing it, Isn't it? We are saying like, I mean, small chunk of people are, I mean, their ideal, I mean, it might be their, I mean, thoughts that, okay, people are not going, we should not go for the Vipassana, but majority of us going. So isn't it like the people who, I mean, they claim that it is, they should not do this, or they are saying like Ambedkarites are, Ambedkarites are opposing it. Instead, they should say, well, they should do it in the other way, right? I mean, so that it should give the positive thinking to the people who are not doing it. You know what I mean? So that was what my question was, right? I mean, whoever are the professors, Vipassi.
This is very important. This is very important, that Vipassana. But beyond the Vipassana, there is essential to do the meditation with the help of, I would like to say, Abhidhamma Pita. And many books are there available now in Abhidhamma. And there are many techniques of meditations, and the types of meditation, with the types, various types of meditation. Many bhikkhus attend the nibbana, that marananusati, that kayanusati. These are the types are there. There Ashubha meditation type is there. Then Maitri meditation types is there. Then Karuna, then Mudita, then Upekha. It is equanimity. How meditate once the human being himself as a good meditation. That is equanimity, upekha, that is that akashanayantayan, then the vijnanayantayan. These are many types of the meditation types are there available in Abhidhamma. Then if the curiosity is vast of the Asidas, they can search, they can read, and they can practice these many types, and definitely through the righteous path, they will go with the wisdom. They will achieve the knowledge and touch the wisdom, and I think it is towards the path of Nibbana. Then Abhidhamma should be read and should be studied. I think the intellectuals should be read the Abhidhamma carefully. And I think in meditation also, Abhidhamma is more deep and more essential. Vipassana is, it is true that it is concentration and all this thing, and wash out the all evils, that desires and all these things with the equanimity. But with the observation and study and search and research of the Abhidhamma, many Asidas can get good way of the meditation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pagare. If anybody has any more questions? If not, then we can conclude the session. Gonna pause here for a little bit and see if there is any more questions.
Hi, this is Joseph. First time I'm joining this meeting. Maybe if someone, maybe I may be wasting everyone's time. If you or someone